The 11th episode of Mickey Mouse Works is definitely not my favourite, and it's definitely not the best package of cartoons. As always, I'm discussing this in terms of what I feel like watching the cartoons for at least the second time, as I've seen these cartoons before in Disney's House of Mouse, and also discussing the cartoons as a package and how I think they go together. And as I already said there, it's definitely not the best variety of cartoons. I feel like the ones that are in it, I don't love either. Apart from one of them. One of them I did quite enjoy. The first one is Mickey to the Rescue, Cages and Cannons. I don't love the Mickey to the Rescue cartoons, but these are very short, they're brief. We have a great cast of characters with Mickey, Minnie, and Pete, so it's not a bad way to start things off. But then we have another Mickey Mouse cartoon, Mickey's Remedy, which I have to say is actually one that I really, truly, thoroughly enjoyed. Mickey ends up looking after Huey, Dewey, and Louie, and the nephews decide to trick Mickey into thinking that they're ill so that they'll be rewarded with video games and ice cream, etc. And Mickey's got a couple of tricks up his own sleeve, and I really enjoyed this the first time I watched it. I really enjoyed it the second time. It's really the only cartoon in this episode that I genuinely, truly enjoyed. The third cartoon gives us a bit of variety. It's a Goofy's Extreme Sports. It's wakeboarding, which I don't find that interesting, but I'm not a big sports person, so I always have to take the Goofy's Extreme Sports with a pinch of salt. Generally, I'd say it's a pretty decent cartoon, well narrated, well animated, not a personal favourite, but there's nothing wrong with it. And then the final one is A Midsummer Night's Dream, which is an unusual experience because, on the one hand, it's an interesting take on Shakespeare's story. It is my favourite Shakespeare play, but it's very long compared to the rest, so it's not a very well balanced cartoon or episode. And I feel like it was longer than it needed to be. And I felt this when it was part of Disney's House of Mouse. I feel it again this time. I feel like it's just quite confusing. And if you're not, obviously, if you're not aware of the story of A Midsummer Night's Dream, I feel like, especially for younger viewers, it might be quite hard to follow if you're not aware of who the characters are or who they're meant to be representing. On the plus side, it means we do get basically all of the characters, the Sensational Six, other supporting characters. So while it is another Mickey Mouse cartoon, 3 of the 4 in this one are Mickey Mouse, it does mean that we do get some more characters, including Daisy, who doesn't often make an appearance. So I kind of can't complain too much. I didn't love it. I really didn't love Midsummer Night's Dream. But maybe I'm biased because I love Shakespeare, so I've got a kind of high expectation of what it is I look for in adaptations or interpretations of that play. But as I said, I feel like for younger viewers, it might actually be a little bit too confusing, because it is kind of a confusing narrative if you're not paying full attention. So I don't know, I didn't love it, and obviously it takes up more than half of the episode, so it isn't very well balanced. And 3 of 4 of them are Mickey Mouse cartoons. So the 11th episode of Mickey Mouse Works is definitely not the best. In fact, I'd say it's probably the weakest, both in terms of the package of cartoons and the quality of cartoons. But I do really like Mickey's Remedy, so it's not all bad.